Alright guys, I want to give you a quick overview about my Bowzon in Path of Diablo, which mainly use Multishot and Immolation arrow for damage. Maybe it helps you to decide what to play in new season starting soon. So this is like a quick showcase of my gear and some mapping footage for tier 1 to tier 4 maps. So yeah, we start with the gear before we show you some mapping fun. As a bow, I use a Faith. It's pretty much, for the cast, it's pretty much BIS. You can go some Windforce shenanigans, but I don't think for the price to be better than the Fate, it has to be 6 socket in my opinion. So Faith is pretty much your go-to bow. Has a Fanatism aura, which helps to get your attack speed breakpoints. Has +2 all skills for your Immolation arrow. A lot of VD, ignore target defense, so you don't have to focus on attack rating, RS, and what is the big factor here is the reanimate as returned. It really helps against bosses because this skeletons are tanky as shit, man. So Faith, pretty much my go-to bow. Amulet, Cat's Eye, faster run rock, attack speed, dex, good amulet. Yeah, not much to say, just a good amulet, man. Can corrupt it for some plus skills. As a helmet, I have the Terrasher's mask. It's not BS, I think, but for the cost, it's pretty cheap, even early in the ladder. Didn't have enough money to buy a Endariel's or a Death Case. This 2 would be superior, but it works fine with the Terrasher's mask. Try to get 3 socket to get some attack speed jewels in it and helping to reach your breakpoint. For the quiver, you basically want adds damage and maximum damage, just like the go-to stats. The rest is fine. You know, if you can get some MF and leech, you're good. If it's a shitty quiver like that, it's fine too. As your armor, I use a Fortitude. I think it's pretty much the best one, even it's got nerfed a little bit. You know, you have the ED, you have RS, yeah, just like the go-to physical armor. You can use like a 4 open socket Terrashers with jewels, it's fine too. But I think in the end this gonna be cheaper. As my gloves, I have Laying of Hands because of the damage to demons and the attack speed. These ones are corrupted for 10% attack speed. Helps me to reach my breakpoint. But yeah, pretty much the go-to hands too. Belt, Razor Tail for the Pierce. Yeah. And boots, I use War Traveler, but you can use pretty much any boots like Water Walk or Gore Rider, I don't know. War Traveler is just like, it adds damage and MF, so if you have the budget, go for War Drafts. Okay, the rings are missing. Here I got a Ravenfrost, just because they cannot be frozen mod. If you have better gear, my gear is not optimized at all. I mean, you can make a lot of improvements here too. For example, you can use an Endariel's helmet and get for 2 IS jewels and make a charm rune in it, so you free up a ring slot. So you can use like a, what it's called, Wisp projectors, pretty much BIS for the build. Yeah, right now I have Wisp projector on, but keep in mind, in my mapping showcase I have like a shitty roaring. I just bought it in the end of the season because I had to get rid of my high runes, and all mapping footage is without Wisp projector, and it's still pretty much BIS in clearing maps. Bowzon is just good at it. Clearing maps she's a beast there. Alright, for the skills, just a quick overview. If you wanna go for a detailed guide, a written guide, I recommend Senpai Something's guide on the POD Reddit. I'll link it in the description. Everything is explained there. Geo options, everything you want. Yeah, it was the guide I read at the beginning and built up my Bowzon, so I recommend it to do you too. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, our main skills are Multishot, like just max it, and Immolation arrow. The rest is pretty much standard zone, like 1 point wonders. You have to go pierce, and with plus skills you should reach 9, I think, to get like nearly 100% pierce chance. And like I said, the rest, go to Semper Sky, read it up. It's easier than to explain it here. For the skillers, you know, the usually Annie and Torch is clear, and the rest should be max damage charms. The more life you can get on them, the better, because we focus on getting like 1.2 to 1.5k life. That should be the goal. If you reach that point, you dump the rest of the points in Dex, because Dex gives more damage in POD. So yeah, depends if you're playing softcore, hardcore, more or less is fine. It's up to you how you're comfortable with it. On your Switch, the Harmony Bow just to run faster between packs. Yeah, for your Merc, I recommend, if you want a map, I really recommend going for Silence or any item which give you cleansing aura, because it's huge, man. If you get cursed all the time, you get frozen and shit, it's bad. The Silence Merc pretty much keeps you uncursed all the time. You can have smooth gameplay. For the armor, we have a Treachery, pretty standard for Merc, and here we had the Steel Shade. I used a Time Mask before, it's fine too. My Merc pretty much never died. Alright, that's the gear. So now the gameplay is following. Okay, one word about leveling. I would not recommend leveling as a Bowzon. I would recommend going Java Zone and doing car runs until you get a Faith Bow. You need an Omen and Jar, and a Fortitude. You need a Low. When you have these two pieces, you're pretty much good to go. You can switch to Bowzon, you can start clearing maps. Wouldn't be that fast as you see in the end of the video, but it's fast enough, and maps drops a shit ton of loot. So I would recommend going Java until you get a Faith and a 40, and yeah, then you should be fine. So, like I said, yeah, I hope it helps you a little bit if you're still deciding what starter you want to do in the new season. I'm hyped too. We starting on Saturday, and check out my Twitch. It's Twitch Skillz_44 is my Twitch name. I hope you come by and we can have some quality gameplay together in the new season. And yeah, enjoy the gameplay, stay safe, and I wish everybody a lot of fun with the new season. Alright guys.